My husband, 25 meters, thinks he deserves custody of our 4-month-old baby over me, 25F. My husband and I had a baby back in August. Our relationship has been bad since the day we got married. He has many traits of a narcissist. He's verbally abusive, disrespectful and selfish. I'm finally building the courage to leave, even though it will be incredibly hard. I'll have to move in with my mom and dad, and I will have no money. My husband says I will ruin his life if I leave. My husband thinks that he deserves custody of our baby because our baby is a boy and I'm a girl, and he needs a male role model. I would literally die if my baby were taken away from me. I think $5,050 is fair because I would never want to keep my baby from his father. But my husband doesn't seem to care about letting me have custody. I'm really worried that he will get custody. I can't imagine being without my baby. I have no idea how it works, to be honest. What will be the outcome most likely? You need legal advice, not relationship advice. To be honest, document everything. Every abusive word said against you. Every selfish action. Especially his comment about male role models. That suggests he's gone down one of the internet's misogynistic rabbit holes. Tate, etc., which will be valuable information to your lawyer and the court. Unless there's a lot of missing information here, the chances of him getting anything more than 50-50 residence is slim to non-existent. And given the age of the child, he may only get supervised day visits. Courts are generally reluctant to take babies away from the mothers overnight. For practical reasons as much as anything. Regular feeding, etc. But this is the sort of thing you really do need proper professional legal help with. Do not try to navigate this without legal assistance, or you run the risk of getting screwed. Get a lawyer. What your husband thinks he deserves and what he's going to get are two different things. He would most likely have to prove you are an unfit mother to gain sole custody. Document every instance of his verbally abusive behavior. What he said, when he said it, and anyone who witnessed it. Make certain that there's a parental alienation clause in your custody agreement. You sound a bit wishy-washy about this. You've already said he's abusive, narcissistic and entitled and wants your child. You need to toughen up and prepare to fight. For this, your husband sounds unreasonable and like he'd happily put you through a rough time to gain custody of your child. He may not even want him. He may just want to cause you distress. His reasoning for wanting full custody of a 4-month-old baby is ridiculous. Document all his behavior, times, dates, text messages, etc. Keep this information safe. Keep your and the baby's documents safe away from him. Find a decent lawyer fast. He doesn't want to pay child support, that's why. Make it 50-50 custody. Start recording and collect evidence. Also contact a lawyer. Get a lawyer. Sometimes, in Australia for example, a baby won't even have overnight access with the father until 1 or 2 years of age is best for baby to be with the primary caregiver. Most likely outcome is 50-50. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow. You're not going to want to leave your child with him. But if you divorce, you'll have to. If he's physically abusive, get evidence and get a good attorney. That's the only hope of getting full custody. Also breastfeed as long as you can. Sometimes they'll consider that in determining custody when the baby is under a year old. IDK where you are though. But where I'm at, unless the mother is not able to care for the baby, drugs, crimes, jail, etc., the chances are your husband will not get full custody. $5,050 is generally the ideal. Start collecting evidence and you should lawyer up. Please don't go into court with the narcissist stuff. It's so overplayed in the current go to claim You need fact-based and documented situations to back your opinions for being a primary custody parent. I read this post and I was like, this sounds like something I read last night, and I was right. Lol. I'm really happy to hear that you're planning on leaving. That situation did not sound good. I don't know the logistics of a custody battle. That's for a lawyer. But what I do know is that you should not go for 5050. Go for full custody. For one thing, you're going to lose credibility to the judges if you say he's abusive and awful but still say he should have your son 50% of the time. Secondly, he works insane hours and won't have time for your son anyways. Thirdly, if you do get full custody, that's gonna mean more child support, which is going to make a huge difference for your son's quality of life because it might make it easy to move out of your parents sooner. But most importantly, as a child of divorce and as the son of a narcissistic father, I can tell you with 100% certainty that growing up with no father will be significantly better than growing up with that one. Even though my father was in my life, I had no positive male role model. He completely warped and twisted every lesson a father is supposed to teach a son to try to turn me into a clone of himself, and I had to unlearn and relearn so many things. Contact a lawyer for a free initial consultation and ask them your questions. Also, maybe post here our legal advice. This is a conversation to have with a lawyer, and most divorce lawyers will do a consult for free, so do reach out to one or two. That said, you have an infant. Family court does whatever it can to preserve the relationship of children with both their parents, unless there is some evidence of that not being safe for them. And an infant is even more likely to be kept with their primary caregiver. He can want whatever he likes, but he doesn't get to make the decisions, so don't listen to him. Listen to a lawyer. Please obtain good legal advice as soon as possible. The truth is, if your divorce and your income is a great deal lower than your husband, he's going to have to pay for child support, and that might be part of the reason he's being strange about a divorce. It's a very unusual, unless there is drug use or abuse happening, that court would ever award custody of a baby away from mom. A good lawyer will be able to tell you what to expect in your state with divorce law and family law, including parental custody. Get a lawyer. If you can get some recording of him being verbally abusive with his knowledge, this will also help. He's most likely got no standing for full custody. Consult a lawyer and tell them your desired outcome: 50-50 joint custody. Unless I'm mistaken and reading it wrong, they'll guide you through the process. Talk to a lawyer. Usually you get a free consultation. I would see if you have any evidence of his abusive behavior. Any texts or anything that shows it came from him. Usually with an infant, if the mother has no record or any mental health conditions where the child wouldn't be safe, she would get custody. I wouldn't offer a 5050 split with him. You don't want your child to be like his father, do you? He is telling you this because he wants to further upset you. The male role model will be filled by your father, so that doesn't hold. Who takes care of the baby? Who feeds, changes diapers, gives the baby a bath? I'm going to say it's not him. Don't let him stress you out. Please seek competent legal advice. A narcissist and manipulative person will start building a case against you to get what they want. They won't hesitate to lie. Don't think this person will be willing to have realistic conversations about your separation. He is already being unreasonable. You cannot reason with the unreasonable. 1. Get a lawyer or an advocate. 2. Get an escape plan. 3. Don't tell him anything. 4. Don't agree to anything. 5. Be ready to file immediately for temporary custody. 6. Don't believe anything he says, unless it's bad. Expect the worst. Sorry for the bluntness. Good luck. He's an abuser. That's gonna overshadow what his genitals look like in court. Woman shrugging. Medium dark skin tone. Go see a lawyer and have them draw up the divorce and custody paperwork. Be the first to file, otherwise he will say he wants full custody and you'll have to fight against it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.